In this video, we're going to be solving an order of operations problem. Now, all the order of operations does is it tells us how to solve a math problem, like what order should we do the operations in, okay? Now, the first thing to remember though with math is we always solve from left to right, okay? And we follow the order of operations from left to right, okay? Now, there's a bunch of different words that people use to remind them of the order of operations. Okay, there's BEDMAS, BODMAS, there's PEMDAS, there's all different ones, and they're all correct. They all mean the exact same thing. They're just using slightly different words. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to use PEMDAS. Now I'm just writing it down here to remind us of it so we can look at it as a reference. So what this means is when we're solving a math equation and we're moving from left to right, we're going to start by solving any operations that are inside the P, which is parentheses or brackets. So we're going to solve anything inside of those first. Second, we're going to solve any exponents. Next, the M and the D represent multiplication and division. We look at those equally, and we're going to solve them at the same time, moving from left to right, okay? So if there's a division and then a multiplication, that's fine. We'll do them in that order, okay? But we don't do multiplications and then go do divisions. No, we do them at the same time, moving left to right. And finally, we have the A and S, which is addition and subtraction, and same thing. We're going to solve those at the same time, moving left to right, okay? So let's go ahead and actually look at the question that we have. So the first thing PEMDAS tells us is look for parentheses. So I'm looking and right away I see I have a set of parentheses right here. Okay, so that's the first thing I need to do. I need to look into the parentheses and see, are there any operations in there? And there are. Look at that. We have an addition. Now, we only have one operation in there. So that's the first thing we're going to do. Okay, we're going to solve the operation that is inside our parentheses. So 6 plus 4 is just 10. Okay, I'm going to leave it in the parentheses for now. And then I'm just going to rewrite the rest of my question. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I do want to get rid of these parentheses. The reason I wrote it like this was to remind myself. I couldn't just drop the parentheses, okay? Because look, I have another number right beside it. So what these parentheses are actually telling me is this number, this value, 10, needs to be multiplied by 7. Okay, so I'm just going to rewrite this. I'm going to drop my parentheses, but I'm going to write what it means. Okay, so I'm going to write 10. I'm going to replace my parentheses with the multiplication symbol and then just rewrite the rest of my equation. So what do I have? Now I have 10 times 7 minus 3. Okay, I am done with this P. Okay, we have no more parentheses. We've dealt with them. They're gone. Let's move on. Next, we have this E. That's exponents. We don't have any exponents in this question. So if you don't have something from our list, you just ignore it. You just move on to the next thing. Now the next thing is this, the M and the D. Remember, we deal with them at the same time, multiplication and division. So when I go up and I look at my equation, to be honest, I only have two operations left, right? I have a multiplication and I have a subtraction. Well, PEMDAS is telling me that I need to do my multiplication and division next. So that means I need to take care of my multiplication next. So 10 times 7 is 70. And I'm just going to recopy my minus 3, which is the rest of my equation. So this is where we're at, 70 minus 3. We only have one operation left. Now, I am going to go back down to my PEMDAS, and it tells me that next I need to do my additions and subtractions. But honestly, I only have one operation left. I can just solve it, okay? But I did follow PEMDAS, and my last operation is a subtraction. So let's go ahead and just do that. 70 minus 3 gives me 67, and that's my answer. If you would like to learn how to quickly study for your GED exam online and get a new resume, then visit testprepskills.com.